Okay, today is August 20th, 2022. I am Earl Care Brown. You are?
Gerald Brown.
Gerald Edward Brown, my father. And we're in Spanish Fork in my home. I'll be over here slightly off of the camera. But Dad, I wanted to ask you about Education Week. What can you tell me about your Education Week experience in the past, especially with Mom and without Mom?
Totally different. Wow.
Keep going, Dad. Keep going, Dad.
Yeah, it was totally a different experience. Without Mom, it's 16 years. That's a long time.
She's been gone for 16 years this year, right? Over 16 years. Over 16 years she's been gone at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you tell me about Education Week with her in the past?
Oh boy, I don't know what to say other than the fact that it was just an enjoyable time to get together, and it was this. I'd give anything to do something like that again.
What do you remember? Like, can you tell me what you remember? How you felt?
Okay.
Thanks. What you remember? How you felt at Education Week with Mom?
Oh, that's a tough question. I mean, we enjoyed going to all these classes together, and it was just a totally enjoyable week. Hard to describe it.
Do you remember any specific classes,
No.
any specific days, any specific years with Mom at Education Week?
No, don't remember specifics, unfortunately. In fact, I wonder if I hope I can find my notebook from that era. I'm not sure if I can. I've got tons of stuff that I've got yet to categorize.
Yeah. How have you felt this year with Education Week?
It has been totally different. I mean, without Mom, of course, this is not the first year I've been without her, but it just is. My memories of her are so strong. They're even stronger now that from this Education we had such a good time. And I wish I could remember more. In fact, I hope I can find my notes from the education. Of course, the notes that I took in Education Week don't have any big bearing on my recollection and love for her. Two different topics.
Yeah. What did you? Can you? Let's see. I don't know what else to ask here to try and get you to talk about Education Week with Mom. Any feelings that stand out in your memory about Education Week with Mom that are now absent because she's not here with you at Education Week?
Well, all I can say in that regard is without her here, it's just a totally different experience. Makes me, of course, makes me more miss her. It's very traumatic to think of her. She's gone, and I haven't had any contact with her for 16 years. So I don't know what to say other than the fact that it caused me more anxious to be able to see her and talk with her and in face to face again.
Yeah.
It makes my separation from her all the more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if I should ask this, but I'll just go for it. So we've never talked about this, and if you don't want to talk about it, just say so. We'll stop right now. But you mentioned separation, and I've never asked you about your marriage to Josie and the divorce from Josie. Is there things you learned or any reflections on that marriage and the divorce?
Well, yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot, especially since I've been here in Provo at the Education Week. See, Josie. Oh, that's a big issue. 'Cause Josie was honest, has been honest with me. I don't think she was really interested in marriage. Yeah, that's a dilemma. It's a real dilemma because I still have feelings for her. I would love to have an association with her again. But I was really downcast when I went and visited her. I don't know if it was here in Utah or where it was, but she wasn't really keen. I think my feelings about her are much stronger than what her feelings were about me. I'm sure that's the case. But I'd give anything to be able to resurrect my feelings and my association with her. Wow. Naturally, I'm looking forward to the day when we can sit down together and hand in hand talk and renew our love for each other.
Yeah, Dad, this is another question that you don't have to answer if you don't want, but I'm just curious to know what it's like to marry someone else when you were married to, for example, Mom. You're married to Mom. She died, and then you developed love for another woman.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that works in my current stage of life. And so have you thought about, or do you have any thoughts on what the next life might be like with Mom and Josie there? I mean, Josie's still to her first husband, right?
Yeah, so I assume I won't really have much to do with Josie in the hereafter. I hope that won't be an issue. But I tell you, it's traumatic. It's really traumatic to think of. She's not here, and I won't be able to see her at least another 16 years or more. So I'm really anxious to get a chance to get back with Mom. And being separated from her now 16 years has been the pits, but it hasn't, to be honest with you, it hasn't been an issue. It hasn't caused me any consternation per se. Like I say, I'm looking forward naturally to the opportunity to visit with her, get to know her again, and can't wait for that. In fact, I can't help it. I can't help but think about how happy I would be if I could get out of this mortal probationary period and get with mom and not have to wait anymore. Still waiting. A lot of waiting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. Let's see, Dad. What else? Any other thoughts about Education Week or having
Well-
two spouses and
yeah,
one you're sealed to, one you're not sealed to? I mean, she's not your spouse anymore anyway in this life, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I I never asked you about your marriage to Josie and the divorce from Josie and what that was like and what your thoughts are. And so, do you have any more thoughts about that?
oh yeah, I've had big time thoughts about it because Josie, I don't from my understanding of what Josie has told me and talked to me about, she doesn't have an interest in me. I had a lot of interest in her. She was a good part of my life for quite a while. But it has been frankly discouraging to realize that she didn't have any interest in me, and I just got to accept that. I don't know what kind of relationship or what kind of marriage she had with her husband that she sealed to. I don't know if that was a pleasant experience or what it was, but she doesn't talk about that at all.
Did you talk about mom much with Josie?
No, I think she understands that what my feelings are for mom. I'm sure she does. I think I shouldn't be so dogmatic about that. But I can't help but look forward to the day that I can get out of here, get out of this here and see her and go to the other world. That's something that I'm looking forward to, obviously, big time.
Yeah. Yeah, that one of the articles of faith of the church talks about faith in Jesus Christ, repentance, baptism by immersion for the remission of sins, and laying on the hands for the gift of the Holy Ghost. And then we often add on a fifth thing, which is endure to the end. What do you think endure to the end means for you?
Good question. Well, all I can tell you is, all I can feel is that I've got to be patient. Here it is, 16 years so far, and how many more years I'll be without her, I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm anxious to get to know her again. I'm very, very anxious to see mom and talk with her, and that's a big issue with me.
Yeah. Dad, I understand the spirit world, the afterlife, to be a time of peace and learning as well. Learning.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about what mom has learned or is learning currently?
No, can't say that I have thought about that, to be honest with you. I've wondered what her feelings are. Now we've been separated for 17 years. And I wonder if any of the faux pas that I committed while I was living with her, while we were living together, if any of those things will be stricken from the record. And naturally, I'm anxious to see if our relationship is going to be a good eternal one that's worthy of the Spirit.
Yeah.
I've naturally I've wondered what mom's feelings are about me now. We've been separated for so long. I don't know if she's. I don't know if she has interest in getting back together in the hereafter. I'm in hopes that that is the case, but I have no way of proving it. And
I imagine she is, Dad. I imagine she misses you just as much as you miss her.
I'm in hopes that that is the case. Sure do. I naturally wonder what our relationship will be when we get back together. You know, I'm naturally wondering what it's going to be like. Hopefully, it'll be a real positive step in our progression together.
I imagine that'll be the case. I bet it will.
Yeah.
I bet she is learning and enjoying time with her relatives and friends. I believe we had friends in the premortal life that we didn't know here in this life.
Yes.
Anyway, I imagine she is anxious to see you just as anxious as you are.
Yeah, I would think that's the case. I hope that's the case. But you see, here 16, 17 years have passed since I've been with her, and I'm really anxious to renew my association, my love for her. It's so old now, and I'm looking forward to building on it.
Yeah.
Really am.
How do you think you'll build on it? Build on your love?
Well, that's the unanswered question. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible for her feelings and emotions can be as vibrant and important to her as they are to me. I don't. I wonder that all the time. I wonder if she's thinking about me at all, or I wonder if I was such a clod as a marriage partner that I wonder if she'll forgive all my klutziness.
I imagine she will. I bet she will love you. Still does.
Well, I certainly in hope of that. Yeah, naturally, I wonder all the time. What will it be like to be with her again? So, as a consequence, the idea of dying is very good, very positive. You know, if I could get hit by a big old truck when I walk out in the street, that'd be great.
Yeah. Dad, do you think your desire to have your desire to be with Mom, which indirectly wants this life to end, makes you want this life to be over for you, is that in conflict with enduring to the end?
Run that back in.
Is your desire to leave this life
in
conflict with enduring to the end?
Oh. Yeah, it conflicts. I naturally have a big desire to know what it's going to be like. And I naturally have a big desire to know if things can be rectified that were not rectified before she left to go to the spirit world. I'm very, very anxious to find out those kind of details.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anything else to add about Mom or Education Week or?
No, I've been very, very envious as I walk around the campus and see some couples hand in hand at Education Week, still together, in this morning life. I envy them big time.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that nearly every time I wheeled you around campus this past week. that you're envious of couples that can come together. And you mentioned Mom nearly every drive up and back from my house to campus.
Yeah. Yeah, I have this burning desire to know what it's going to be like. And I don't know. I don't know. I just got to be really, really patient. But the idea of dying is taking a different feeling to me. I'd just be tickled pink to die tomorrow. That'd be cool. That's sort of silly to think about that in those terms, but
Yeah, it makes sense if your one and true love is on the other side of the veil.
yeah, I don't suppose it's unusual, but see, Josie, I got to get these names straight before I blow it again.
Josie was your second wife.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of the other one that I socialize all the time with
In your residence?
in the residence. Yeah,
Yeah, her name is Annie.
Annie. That's what I gotta avoid calling her the wrong name. I've done that many times. I've called her the wrong name.
You told me that you never mix up Mom's name, though, Janice. You never mix up Mom in the mix of those other women.
Oh. Well, the names, my ability with the name calling is something I'm not very good at. Like this morning when I woke up, I was thinking, now I'll be seeing what's her name in the next 24 or 48 hours. Am I going to use the right name now? Because I can understand she gets ticked off, every time I call her. I haven't ever called her Janice, but I've called her the other name many times. She's not happy with that at all. I can understand.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got Mom straight. She's the one you need to keep straight.
Yeah, that's the important one. Yeah, I've thought, talking about her, I wonder if my feelings, my emotions towards her are going to decrease or fade away or be non-existent when I die.
For who?
For damn, fighting with the names now.
Your second wife or the friend at the residence?
The resident friend,
Annie.
Annie. How can I get that in straight in my mind? Annie. Annie, get your gun. I wish I could associate that some way.
That's a good way to try and remember her name.
Annie, get your gun. Frankly, I was sort of hoping that Annie would be interested in coming up to Education Week here and might hear some things that would help her. But that's pie in the sky. That's
Yeah, that would be kind of
very
awkward.
Very awkward.
Very awkward to act like she's your wife and she's not.
Yeah, right. It'd be very, very awkward. Annie thinks Annie thinks that we're married. I mean, she feels that our emotions and our relationship is as serious as any marriage could be. I talked to her long ago when I first made acquaintance with her. The subject came up about marriage, and she assured me that she's not interested in that kind of stuff, which is fine, which is better. I guess it's better. She has no religious feelings whatsoever. I almost feel hypocritical to be feeling close to her, even though she doesn't have any spiritual inclinations in the same direction that I have spiritual inclinations. She's a good person, and always will be. But it's been a real challenge to be associated with her, and she wants to have a husband-wife relationship, which is not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Well, anything else, Dad?
Well, let me think a minute. It's funny. Yeah, my feelings towards my second wife have not gone away. It'd be easier for me if I could completely forget. What's her name? Not Annie, but
Josie.
Josie. I wish I could forget that name, Josie, so I don't make that mistake so often. Josie to me is a really good person, which is okay. I don't feel bad in evaluating her, but like that. But I wish Josie could gravitate towards the gospel. She didn't have any interest. I don't think Josie has ever even been to church with me.
You mean Annie?
I mean Annie.
Yeah. All right, Dad. Well, I think that's all I wanted to ask you about. Was
Okay.
I miss you, Mom. Thank you.
Thank you for taking time.